Ladies and gentlemen, welcome a little bit early to the Battles In live show, the first one of the summer. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your, 12th time here, however many of these we've done, welcome back. We've got a great show for you tonight, brought to you by The Battles In. I'm Max, and I'm going to have Lawrance Toafili first. I'm also going to have Darrell Jackson, Josh Farmer, Payton, and Shyheim Brown. So we have a star-studded lineup for y'all tonight. As with every other live show we do, if y'all want to ask questions, throw them in the chat. Our producers will get them up on the screen, and I will make sure to ask them to our players here. Now, obviously, we get a lot of questions, so if you want to make sure yours jumps to the top, go ahead and use the super chat function. Support Florida State athletes directly. And yeah, let's dive in. LT, let's talk, man. How you feeling? You just came back from a little break. You guys are about to start the Summer by Storms workouts, and then it's like straight drive to fall camp, then to Ireland.
I mean, I'm feeling good. You know, everybody got the, reset. Everybody hit that reset button. Everybody's coming back and, getting back to work, ready to focus and gel so we could be ready by the first week.
So we talked like early in the spring and, now looking back on it, what do you feel like you as a player improved most? And what do you feel like the team or the offense, either one overall, improved most in the spring?
I would say, well, in the spring, I would say my improvement, the thing that I feel like I improved the most on was, I would say my leadership skills, most definitely, just because I've been put in that role and I feel like I want to take responsibility and, just learn to be the best leader that I could be and help lead the team. So I feel like that's one of the things that I kind of like worked on this spring for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, now you're the old guy in the room. Trey's moved on. Congratulations, Trey, head to the NFL. Way to get picked up in the draft. And now it's you and Kaz at the top. You got some new guys coming in like Roydell, and then a brand new freshman in Cam Davis, who we saw a decent amount of. Just talk to me real quick, and then we'll start having questions pop in. Of what's the room look like headed into the summer? And yeah.
Oh man, we got a great room, man. We got some special guys, and we got a special atmosphere in that room. So like. We got different guys like Jalen Lucas, the speedy guy. Me and Jalen, we come out the backfield a lot. We got the two big guys, Kaz and Roydell, and we got Cam and we got Sam. So like we got some studs in that room, man. They got make some plays for real, some playmakers.
Oh yeah. Sorry to leave you out there, Jalen. Yeah. All right. So LT, let's take Ace Kid's question. Let's talk about Cam for a second. What growth did you see out of him from? I mean, he should have still been in high school. Got 15 practices with him. What'd you see from Cam this spring?
I mean, Cam is hungry. He's hungry to learn and hungry to, however he can. I feel like it's kind of a character trait that I have. He's willing to do whatever he can to contribute to helping the team win. So like, I feel like that's something I notice about him that stands out, makes him very special to me. But I would say he's looking great. He's coming along. He's a young guy. He's still learning some things. I'm pulling him along, but he's coming along great. He's buying in and he's making progress. So like, hey, I'm excited to see what he has in store. Yeah,
because it's again, you were kind of in a very different position than him, right, in the team that you came into, but similar in that you were asked to do a lot as a freshman.
No, most definitely, yeah.
Even though y'all are totally different styles of backs, I mean, how does your experience as playing a decent amount as a freshman or even a younger guy help you communicate with him and Sam and, just the younger dudes in that room?
Most def. Like those situations that he's going through and certain things that kind of, the freshman guys that's kind of like a thing that they go through or a time that they hit, you know what I mean? I've been through all of that for him. So like when it comes to those times and I see him like acting a certain way or like, certain positions that he's in, I kind of just talk to him and stay in his ear just to keep him up and let him know like this is what's best for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my role.
So as you head into the summer, other than working on leadership skills and making sure you're kind of, bringing the room and the offense with you, I mean, how different does this summer feel like now coming off of a 13-0 season versus maybe 2-3 years ago when you kind of knew you were there, but you still had to prove it?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the work, I would say it's the same, but I feel like I'm more detailed now. I just know so much more, and I know what it's supposed to look like. So just from that aspect, I kind of feel like I know what we need to improve on and how basically we need to look so that we're, getting better.
Yeah. What are your biggest goals for like off-season, fall camp? I mean, what's kind of, if you were going to write on a whiteboard, what couple things would you throw out there?
I mean, it's everything, of course, but I would say my focus point right now, right now I would say it would be my receiving skills, just to sharpen them up, just to be able to, jump in at any position at any time if I'm asked to do that. So just being ready for an opportunity.
Yeah, which literally brings us to David Pierce's question, right? Was it your goal to put on more weight this year? And are you trying to get more touches in the backfield, or do you enjoy being a weapon all over the field? Which kind of answer that second part, but yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm always trying to get stronger and, add a little bit more weight as long as I can, maintain the speed and things like that. As long as I'm not sloppy weight, things like that. But, I'm obviously, trying to gain some weight, just make sure I'm solid and strong. Being explosive is my main thing, too, so. Yeah, those are the things I'm really working on.
So you probably put on what, like 20 pounds since your freshman year, though? I mean, you've put on some pretty substantial size.
20 pounds since my freshman year for sure.
Yeah, and we saw it last year. Like I remember the LSU game, we saw you a lot more between the tackle stuff. And so the Moon Man 23. How did you keep your balance on that run against Clemson 21? You did versus VT last year too. Yeah, you were like the king of like those wonky runs where you don't hit the ground. For those that don't remember, that was the one where you got spun down, you bounced off the player and kept going into the end zone.
No, that was a crazy run. It's really just me trying to finish that play. That's what kind of kept me in bounds and kept the play going, honestly. Me trying to finish it and finish until I hear the whistle. I feel like that's one of the main reasons. But another one is obviously the man above, man. He's making it happen for me. I'm out there trying my hardest, and, things just went my way.
Yeah. Glenn wants to know, when you're watching game film for an opponent, what are you looking for in studying that gives you an advantage over the opponent?
I'm looking for tendencies most of the time, but I'm also trying to see, like, how is the team playing together? Like, I want to see how aggressive they are, and, like, I feel like you can really watch a team and see how bought in they are to their program and, to what they're trying to do. I feel like that's something I'm focusing on, because, like, I'm obviously watching the linebackers and D-line. That's my main focus point. But as a overall, like, I always watch film just to see what type of team we're gonna play. See if we see what they see what they're bringing to the table, basically.
Yeah, no, that's. Especially with the running back room y'all have. Y'all can kind of break people through the ground, and then if they don't have that strong will, it's gonna be a long day. Yeah, so, yeah, man. Last one before I let you get out of here, Ace Kid. How do you feel about the team and the brotherhood you've built this offseason?
I'm feeling great about it, man. We got a group of guys who really just love to work. They're really bought into the program, and they're willing to do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's critical, and I feel like that's where we are, and we got a bright future ahead of us.
I just love, dude, that we're, again, coming off a 13-0 season, and, you're one of the guys that helped build that success of a 10-win than a 13, and, like, you're still talking about the work. You're not talking about, we got to win games, we're on top, whatever. It's like, it's still about the work. It's almost like nothing's changed no matter what the record is, and that's cool to hear.
Most definitely. The work, man, it's been the same since I got here, you know what I mean? Since the moment I stepped on Florida State campus. And it just shows, like, the seasons that we had and the progress that we made. It just shows that the work works, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
God, it's all about the work, for sure.
100%, man. Well, we appreciate you coming by, folks. Again, if y'all want to support athletes like Lawrence and the rest of the guys we'll have on, make sure y'all join the Battles In, and we chat here, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Sir, appreciate you for having me, man.
Folks, again, we are live, still remaining. We've got Josh Farmer, Darrell Jackson, Pat Payton, and Shyheim Brown. So make sure that if y'all have questions, you go ahead and drop them in the chat. Super chats are always appreciated, but we are the Battles In, Florida State's NIL collective. Members of the Battles In directly fuel the climb by supporting the athletes on the field. So if y'all want to check it out, make sure that you go to thebattlesend.com and become a member today. Join us now. We got Josh Farmer on the way in. All right, man. All right, we got Josh Farmer here. Dude, I just want to dive straight into it. I've been thinking all day about, like, how do I want to ask Josh this? But, dude, you were going into a year as maybe one of the best defensive tackles in the country. Everyone saw what you can do last year. I think back to that drive against LSU when they're down the goal line, and you just blow up the middle. You get that sack on Jaden Daniels, and from there, last year became like a proving point of you showing everyone what you could do. We're fortunate to have you for one more year, but mentally, like how different is going into this summer from 3 or 4 years ago when you were still the young guy, like trying to develop and trying to prove yourself?
Just fighting for consistency this year. Like I know what I can do. I know I can play. Just fighting to be the best every play, every down. That's really what I'm just trying to be the best every play.
And how much? I think a lot of folks have seen the videos. I mean, you've been putting in work this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've surprisingly seemed to have gotten even bigger. Maybe if not on the scale, you know, more muscular and you know, so you are fighting to get better every single day. What's the biggest thing that you feel like you improved during the spring or just since last season?
Just getting more explosive and getting more leaner. Just trying to play about 10 pounds lighter, to play more plays. That's really it. Keep everything else the same. I'm gonna work hard no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's really it.
That's exciting, man. I mean, how cool was it just to, we don't want to look too far ahead, obviously, but to see Fisk and Verse both going in the draft, both going to the Rams, and thinking about, like, you know, that's something like that's in your future. How cool is that that's that close?
It's very cool because I seen them every day. I seen the work they put in, and it paid off, especially Fisk. So that's my boy, and I just seen what can happen when you put in the work.
So, folks, if y'all want to ask questions for Josh, make sure you throw them in the chat, and Jordan will get them up on the screen. But Zyler says, Josh, how excited are you to play with D-Jax? Daryl Jackson.
I'm very excited, man. We haven't played together since high school. You know, it's been a while, so I'm just ready to do it again with him, and I'm excited, man.
Yeah, you two in the middle is a little terrifying. I mean, you know, you both have a very unique skill set, and we're lucky to see both of y'all on the field. Ace Kid wants to know, any good Odell stories?
It's crazy. We got a lot of Odell. Man, we just go out there and sit in his office and just talk all the time. Excited Odell story, man. Both Odell and Darrell, they both clowns, man. It's just there's so many stories I could tell you. I wish Darrell was in here right now because he'd be done laughing right now.
So, like, not to give anything away, but we are working on expanding the set a bit. So we will get the two of you together at one point. I don't have as many of you. I have kind of a funny Odell story. We were at practice. Y'all were doing that tip ball drill. You know where he tips?
Yeah.
And this poor guy, the equipment manager, whomever that was throwing it to him, like, could not hit him in the hand. Finally, Odell stops. He goes, I'm talking about this hand, not this one. It's up here. I felt so bad for that kid.
He's crazy, man.
FSU 2942. Do you see yourself having a coming out game against Georgia Tech in Ireland?
Yeah, I do. I'm not just gonna I'm just gonna play. You know, I'm not going out there trying to make plays, all these big plays. I'm just gonna go out there and play, and I know the plays will come, like the stats will come. So, but I do, of course, every play, every snap. Yeah, I do expect to make the play.
I think it was Fisk was talking something about that too. You know, in interviews, like, look at y'all's position. It's just do your assignment, execute to the best, and you're going to get to quarterbacks. You're going to get guys in the backfield.
Just run to the ball. You know, like you don't get lucky loafing. So every play, I'm just going to run to the ball and just the stats will show up. You know,
I'm gonna steal that. You don't get lucky loafing. Kev, write down for the office motto. David Pierre wants to know, which team are you most excited to play this year?
The first team, Georgia Tech. I want that to be my coming out game, but every team that's next, that's the most exciting game for me. Just Georgia Tech, the first game, of course.
It's kind of wild thing about playing in Ireland.
Yeah, that's a long plane ride.
It's gonna be rocking though.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I know this fan base, they'll travel. Ace Kid wants to know, how do you feel about the young guys on the line?
I feel good. They young guys, but they work real hard. You know, we got a lot of young guys. KJ and Daniel and those guys, they work real hard, man. And I mean, I was a young guy just a year or two ago, so you can't really look at it as a young guy. I just look at it as they the next guys up. So
yeah, who are you like most competitive with on the O line during practice? Like who do you really go at it with?
Last year was Meach, but Reese.
Okay,
yeah,
I can see that center in the D tackle. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an exciting year. Now I know y'all like to rotate your tackles a lot. And I think that last year what was crazy is you'd have Fisk in there, and then they'd get past 50, and it's like, here comes Farmer.
Yeah,
you know, highly skilled guy. Now he's got fresh legs. Yeah. Is it kind of like? Well, I guess we can't really get into depth chart stuff, but I think how deep is the room? Like, kind of talk about who's like we think you and D-Jax, but like talk about some of the guys that are under y'all that we'll see rotating in a lot.
You'll see a lot of the Daniel Longs, and you'll see a lot of Grady Kelly too, and you'll see a lot of KJ. I expect him to have a big season. Daniel and KJ, and I expect them to have a real big season. So I would say we 3 deep.
Okay, that's a terrifying prospect.
Yeah.
Zach Ainge, what's your favorite pass rush move?
Mine would be probably a club counter, go inside, and I like to set them up outside and then go inside. That's what I would say.
Just blast through like guard center. Yeah. Josh, are you excited to be wearing number 5 this season?
Yeah, man, that's my nickname, J5. So of course I'm excited. I wore it little league, baseball, basketball, football.
Okay.
I wore it all my life, so I'm excited to get back in it.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard the numbers. It's like pretty competitive for numbers. So you finally got the 5 on you.
Yeah, man, I finally got the 5. Trying to make it my best year in it.
Yeah. No, and again, you think about last year, and that's a tough year to follow up, but you're going to do it because we've seen the work you put in. FSU again wants to know who holds the most accountability out of the D-line group in work ethic and effort. Like, who's getting on to everybody across the line?
I would say we all, but me, Darrell, and Pat, we like the leaders in the room, and I try to do that a lot, hold everybody accountable. But we all alpha males, so we all, us 3 especially, try to hold everybody accountable.
So I got one more question for you, kind of back to the earlier one, but you think about playing UF and Miami. Which of the rivalry, is there one you get more excited to play in? Is there one you're more looking forward to? Which one's the bigger rival for you?
I would say both of them rivals, but I think we more of a rival with Florida. I would say Florida, that game is just kind of different for me. Of course, Miami is too, but Florida just it's a special place. Just hold a special place in my heart when we about to play Florida. The fans crazy.
How good of a feeling was that last year, getting to go down there, sold out crowd, and just shut them down?
That's an unmatched feeling, man. It'd be crazy. The fans right on top of you.
Oh yeah, yelling. Hopefully not throwing things, but I don't know. Actually, I like this. The Moon Man's all right. Last one. What would be your dream NIL deal partner? Like, if you could have a deal with one brand, who would you be the spokesman for?
One brand. I would say probably Rolls Royce.
Okay, shooting for the stars there, Josh.
I like that. I'm a Rolls Royce man. So I would definitely say Rolls Royce.
Yeah, they have a reputation of having decent cars, so I could definitely see you being the face of that, man. And thanks for coming by. We are so excited to see what you do developing this summer, and then just what you do to opponents next fall. It's going to be pretty incredible, man. So appreciate the time.
I appreciate you. Appreciate it.
All right, folks, we are bringing in Daryl Jackson right now. Again, throw in your questions into the chat. We will get them up to the top. Super chats get priority. Anything y'all want to ask, and we will do our best to answer. Again, this is The Battle's End, FSU football's premier collective with NIL supporting football players directly. So make sure y'all go to thebattlesend.com and join. Mid-sentence, I realized I hadn't said what's up to you, and I got caught up out of the corner of my eye. But, dude, it's good to see you. Always tall as hell and, big dude. A little terrifying, folks. If you can't notice in person, he slouches down a little, and he's way taller than me in real life. But, dude, last year there was all the eligibility stuff. You still got to practice, but didn't get on the field till the Georgia game. Just how excited are you to get on the field for 12 games or 13, however many we end up playing this season, and show the world what you can do?
Just show the people that I still got it and dominate every snap. I get the chance. Take no plays off. Yeah.
And man, I think watching you this spring, that's a terrifying prospect for other teams if you were taking no plays off, because y'all haven't gotten to see it yet, but he is a force. And what's the thing though? There, obviously there's always room to get better. It's what's the main thing you feel like you improved on this past spring going into the summer?
Technique. Coach Odell helped me a lot with my technique, so I feel like I'm getting better and better. This summer I'm taking a step higher.
What's your go-to pass rush move?
I don't want to tell them because I know they're out there watching, but bull snatch. I'm going to be bull snatching a lot this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's where you bull rush into them and then throw them by.
Yeah.
And it's open. To full-size offensive line, you just throw them out of the way they're nothing. I'm so excited to watch that, man. Folks, if y'all have questions, please throw them in the chat. Ace Kid wants to know, how are you feeling about playing Miami? Going back down to Hard Rock and maybe getting some revenge and stuff down there?
Oh, I can't wait to play them. I'm ready.
Oh yeah, make all the fans that show up to Hard Rock Stadium once every 2 years go quiet. Same one. Any good Odell stories?
Oh man, I mean, we be out there every day. He got a story for you every day. He's just a fool, man. Like, I can't even tell you. So many. Like, can't even tell you.
He is something else, man. Watching him go off on people and just like then he'll say something slick and make them laugh like right after he's just screamed at him.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it, but
It's just tough love. Yeah.
fair. Randy McGarrett wants to know how many sacks will you get on Cam Ward when you play Miami?
Cam Ward, trying to get 2 or 3.
Hell yeah. Hope you get 4.
Yeah.
I'd love to see 4, but 2 or 3 would be an excellent performance. Zyler wants to know, have you been watching film on Miami's line yet? Miami game's pretty late in the season, but
Yeah, I've been watching Georgia Tech. I ain't been watching Miami. Just straight Georgia Tech.
what's the main thing you watch on film? Is like, are you mostly watching just the O-line or their offensive schemes?
I'll be watching the O-line, the quarterback. Mainly the O-line, though. I got to beat the guy in front of me to get to the quarterback. So mainly just the O-line.
And when y'all are doing your film meetings for the team coming up, do y'all talk about like rotational matchups or like how y'all will rotate throughout the game? Because I know y'all rotate a lot. Or is it just, hey, focus on how to beat each of the 5 guys, and then coach will tell you when to rotate?
I mean, we really don't really talk about like the rotation guy. Like everybody win. When you get in, it's your time. We really don't talk about like the rotation of starter. Because when you in, you is a starter.
Yeah, dude, I love that mentality. And, again, we've had a very deep D-line room for the past few years. And I know Daryl said y'all are 3 deep again this year.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see it. Actually, this might be a related. I promise I can't see these ahead of time. Those are accidental setups. David Pierre, whole different set of guys on the D-line this year. How do you feel about the whole D-line room?
We much tighter. I know we younger, but I feel like them guys gonna come along and do their part. So I feel great about the D-line room.
Yeah, I mean, y'all have what, KJ, Grady. There's some of the other younger guys that Daniel.
What else?
How nice is it though to have like guys like that can push you even when you're at this point one of the older guys, and have younger guys that make you go after it.
Like I don't call them like those guys push us. Like we don't look down at them like they young guys. Like cause like I said, like I mean next man up.
Yeah. Standard is standard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. FSU 2942. Are you completely ready to show your dominance all season long with the amount of work you've put in?
Already.
Oh yeah.
And then nothing to talk about.
I love it. I'm not even gonna hit him with a follow up on that one. Folks, if y'all have any last questions, we got a couple more. All right. Zach Ainge, last year we saw Fisk play sideline to sideline, chase down runners. Can we expect similar play from you, or are you more bull rush and get to the QB ASAP?
I mean, me and Fish 2 different players, but what Fish brought here, I'll definitely be taking that to my game too.
Yeah. 100%.
Like the motor.
Who gives you the most work on the offensive side of the ball?
Oh man. I mean, I go with Reese.
Okay.
Me and Richard been going at it.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
What is it about Mo that, because I feel like every time I ask that question of anyone on the interior, like who's the most frustrating on the O-line, Maurice is one of the first names they say. What is it that makes him so good?
Technician.
Okay.
He's a technician, so you really got to beat him. Yeah. Like, you can't just go out there do anything to him because he'll beat you.
Is it he just like has the hands, gets them on you?
Yeah, he got good hands. He just has a great technique.
I love it. I get people think maybe because he's undersized, but then you watch the film and you're like, guy can block.
Right.
Ace Kid wants to know who on the D-line transfer-wise has stood out most to you this offseason?
Transfer. We forgot about Tomawar.
Oh, we did. Sorry, Tommy, I know you're watching. That's what he's doing right this second.
Tomawar, Grady Kelly had great hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had great hands. Those guys right there stood out. Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, if we go out to the ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, y'all got a lot of strong additions. And folks, if you want to join the Battles In, go to thebattlesinn.com. Stan Tipton wants to know, Daryl, who would be your dream NFL team to play for?
Oh, Marvin Harrison, Marvin Jones. I'm tripping.
That's what we said. Right, Marv? No, do you have a dream NFL team?
Jaguars.
Really?
Yeah.
Go right down the road, join J-Dub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you grow up a Jags fan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Jags.
Run stop or pass stop, which do you prefer?
I'm done being called a run stopper. I'm trying to be a balanced guy. Can pass rush and start the run. I'm done just being caught the run stopper.
Yeah, you don't want to be stereotyped by the, Herculean muscles you got there. You can get after quarterbacks too. Because, I don't know if y'all can see it on camera, but you're a pretty lean guy. I imagine that, if once you get one-on-one with the offensive guards and, you're in the backfield, you can probably move pretty surprisingly well.
Right.
So I'm excited for folks to see that. Oh, Joshua Farmer. Josh wants to know, why are your teeth so white? It's just what he was born with, Josh. Those are the teeth. That's exactly why they're white. That's how he was born. Daryl, we appreciate you coming by, man. We'll let you get out of here, and we're real excited to see what you do this year.
All right.
Oh, folks, if y'all have more questions, please throw them in the chat. We got Shyheim Brown and Payton coming up in just a minute here. We are The Collective for FSU football. If y'all want to directly support players, go to thebattlesend.com and become a member today. We got Pat Payton walking in. He will be sat in just a second. Get your questions in the chat, and we will throw them his way.
How you doing? How you doing, baby? What's up, dude?
What's up?
Oh man! All right, it's a Gucci day. You and Farmer both with the. Yeah. I was really excited about these shoes. I saw his. I was like, of course, he got full Gucci slides on. But we do what we can. There we go. So man, it is it's an interesting spot y'all find yourselves in compared to your first summer. A, you're obviously one of the older guys, one of the leaders of the team, and B, you're coming off a 13-0 season with obviously not an ideal ending there and something we want to avenge. So how different is this offseason for you compared to the past couple?
Just knowing that I have other people and new guys and young guys watching, because they know I've been here for a good amount of time. Also with the other guys like me, Josh, Darrell, Shy, guys like that. They know the stuff they have to learn and catch up on, they have to look towards me, the same guy that I just named, the same way we did when we first got here, when we had to look up the Fable and most of them guys like that, just to learn the ways of the team and learn how we run things around here, really.
Yeah, and again, that's part of that leadership role, right? Is one, talking to folks, but two, just being the example, the guy who's consistent day in and day out. And last year y'all had a first-round draft pick of an example in Jared Verse. So talk a little bit about what he meant to y'all as a room and what it's going to be like without him this year and how you're stepping up to fill that role.
Listen, one thing about Jared Verse, a lot of people might say he talk a lot and stuff like that, but he worked for everything that he ever gained. He always tells everybody always hear about the story about when he was a small kid and he had the COVID year, and that's really how he worked every day too. It wasn't just that year. When he came to the weight room, he was the last one leaving. When we was at practice, he was the one just had that nonstop motor, and it was just good to look at, because knowing okay, he just went a first-round draft pick, and I was just playing with him, just knowing if I could just pick up on some of the stuff that he was doing to make my game a little bit better, it helped me.
What do you think is the number one thing, aside from work, right, but technique-wise or on the field-wise that you took from Jared?
With him, it's really just how hard he plays, his motor. He don't take no plays off. He runs sideline to sideline. Sometimes I'll catch myself being a little winded a couple times, but Verse, one thing about him, no matter how tired he was, he'll run to the ball full speed. He'll never stop. He just had that you can't block me mindset, and he worked for everything that he got.
Now, one thing that I think we've seen you do at just a really impressive rate is batting down passes, right? Which is kind of the reason I bring that up is that's sort of, hey, you're not quite at the quarterback he's going to throw. You're going to do something to disrupt the play. What is it that makes you so good at that? Is that just natural for you, or is that something you've consciously worked on, is getting in passing lanes and knocking balls down?
It's, of course, I could probably say it's a natural thing, but at the same time, it's just from listening to the coaches, every week, every practice, every day of practice, every drill, Coach Odell, Coach JP, Coach Fuller, always emphasizing get your hands up through the throw lane, because knowing how our defense was last year, the ball was coming out very fast, knowing that we got some great corners and we have great D-line, and the quarterback really don't have all day to throw the ball. So just knowing sometimes when we play certain teams who feel like they can't block us, you got to get your hands up and disrupt the play away instead of getting to the quarterback. If you didn't get to the quarterback, you can find a different way
Yeah, because I mean, if a tackle has you right and you're a little backed off, you can't just sit there and go, okay, good, he's in front of me. They've got to get hands on you and try to hold you down, and otherwise you're gonna take care of it some other way. Ace Kid asks, and folks, again, please throw out your questions and we'll get them up here. Ace Kid asks, how's Marvin doing this offseason?
Marvin doing good. He doing good with just coming along with the program and learning the standard because he came from a good school as well. He was actually a national champ, so he brings some of his championship mentality to our team, and really just helped pushing me, just knowing that I got a guy that I know he wants to do whatever he could do to help the team, knowing that what type of team, what type of defensive line we had last year, he just wanted to be a part of that, so I feel like he's doing very good.
Yeah, and we're fired up to have him on the other side opposite of you. Big Pig wants to know, you got to answer honestly, who's stronger, you, J5, Josh, or Daryl Jackson?
Yeah, I'll go in the order. It's Josh Former, then Daryl, then Patrick J5 is country strong. And everybody know it. He's probably the strongest on the team, for real.
Did y'all, I guess, maybe in Miami, the surrounding area, Jim, but I feel like growing up here, I definitely was introduced to country strong very early. Like, we had, a guy, Nigel Bradham, obviously a few years older, played for the Eagles for quite some time, and Florida State. He went to Wakulla, and that was the first time I was like, that's when country strong finds the weight room. Josh, real similar to that. Yeah. David Pierre wants to know, you put on a bunch of weight for the spring. Are you planning to maintain that weight in the fall, or?
That's just really getting used to it and seeing that I can move the same weight. I was a little bit lighter than I am now, but I feel like I've been doing a very good job with maintaining it. Thank you to Miss Jaden, who our nutritionist at Florida State, and Coach Thorne. They've been really helping me out and help me maintain this weight because they know I worked so hard this spring just to try to put it on because I knew that was one of the main concerns with me.
What's your go-to weight gaining, bulking food? What do you really just make sure you hit to get the calories in?
Like, I know I'll probably get a little bowl like rice, beans, chicken, steak, stuff like that. And I like pizza a lot too. I eat a whole box of pizza sometimes. I know that sounds crazy, but
the dirty bulk. You're just getting the calories in.
Yeah, I eat a whole box of pizza from time to time.
Love it, man. Zyler wants to know, what area have you improved most in your game through spring?
Really just technique. That's all I've been focusing on really with Coach Odell because he tell us every day, if you have technique plus you're talented, nobody can block it. It'll be some guys I heard, just they talented and don't have any technique, and then sometimes they'll get blocked, sometimes they'll make the play. But Coach Odell been installing that to me since the first day I got here. If you can't play technique, then you just it's not going to be good for you, for real.
Yeah, because you see that at every level, right? There's always the people who are most athletic at one level, and then you get to the next level and they meet people who are just as athletic but have the technique. So you got to develop that. I think I know the answer to this one, but David also wants to know, is this year's D-line better at anything or faster than last year's D-line as a whole?
I can't answer that question right now for real because we still have a whole season to play. But both of the D-line was great to me in my eyes, but now we just a little bit more younger with more guys to prove who you are. Than last year, with some guys done played about 3 or 4 seasons, so it's a little different. We'll know by the end of the season.
Oh yeah, I like this question. So similarly, 5-0 asked, with you being able to get into passing lanes, do you ever try to intercept those passes, or are you told knock it down and don't be a hero?
In high school, I intercepted one before, a slant through over my head, but that's what it be. My friends tell me all the time, my roommate, Shy, all them boys, Daniel, they always tell me, sometimes if it be looking like I be closing my eyes when the ball comes. I don't be thinking about it sometimes in my mind to intercept it, but I should. I feel like I'll catch one this year.
Yeah, maybe we'll see one. What's your celebration going to be if you pull a Kalen DeLoach and take one the other way for 6?
Sorry, Coach Novell, but I might get. I gotta run to the crowd and throw my mama the ball. That's probably what I'll do. I'm sorry, Coach Novell. I'll take the flag right now. I'll do the punishment after the game right now. I'm gonna tell you now.
That's an amazing answer. I love that one, man. Montana wants to know, what game are you most excited for this year?
I'll say Clemson. Clemson because just the atmosphere that game going to be. They coming to us. DJ DJ came from Clemson, so I know what type of game that would be. And also Florida, because I know that's going to be the senior night for all the guys who came in with me in my class, you know, the guys who are going to be leaving this year. Just knowing, like, that's going to be the last regular season I'm playing dope, so probably, yeah.
What do you think about the nickname Pat P?
Dante, oh my God. That's Dante. I like the nickname. Dante, why is you trolling on? No, I like the nickname, though. I like it. I like the nickname. That's cool.
So we were we were actually curious on Instagram. I know we got Pat P Glizzy, we got Shy Glizzy. What is the Glizzy like? Did y'all play in high school together? Or?
That's why when we first got here, we started calling each other twin, because when we first got here, our name was both that, and they automatically put us in the room together. And 11th grade year, we had an all-star game. We played with each other. We got our same 2 jerseys hanging up in the living room right now. From when we was in high school, when we only knew each other for 1 day.
Okay.
And then a year later, we was roommates. So
I love that.
yeah, that's why we ain't never changed our names. So.
We had a bunch of Pat P's popping up, but
Absolutely.
now, Ken, was it Kai that we saw? Kai Bates. Now we have some Kai Glizzy. Yeah. So Kai has he been initiated into the Glizzy family, or is he like kind of trying to become a part of it? Where's that fit in?
Kai Bates probably just, he on his own thing. I'll let Kai Bates have it, because, I'll let him have it, though. He can have it.
What's the biggest thing that you're focused on improving as a player, and what's the main thing that the D-line room is trying to improve this offseason before the first game?
Really, with me, just being consistent. Like, week in and week out every practice, just doing the same thing every day, not having a good day or a good game and then turn around having a bad day or a mediocre day or a mediocre game. Just knowing that I could be physical and play as hard as I can every game, every day. That's when I know I'll take my game to the next level. That's the biggest main focus on me going through this summer and this season, just having that nonstop ability, just play till they have to drive me off the field.
I love it, man. It's going to be real exciting to watch you on the field this season, and I know y'all can't wait. I can't wait, and we will let you get out of here, man. Thanks for the time tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You want to do anything with that?
With what? Oh yeah. Sorry, we're gonna have him or them sign one. It's fine, folks. This is brought to you by the Battles In, Florida State football's NIL collective. If you want to directly support Florida State players, go to thebattlesin.com and become a member. One of the over 5,000 strong. I always say that there are 3 pillars that we have to win national championships. 1, staff and players. We've got the talent. We've got the coaches. 2 are the facilities. You see the remodel of Doak Campbell going on right now. And 3 is the NIL. And we have one of the strongest NIL programs in the country, thanks to all of y'all. So let's keep that rolling. Go to thebattlesin.com and become a member if you're not already. Shy, go on in, man.
Yeah.
How you doing? Have a seat. How was the break? You get to go home for a little bit?
Yeah, I was down in Miami too with Pat and them. So, my break was real good. It was good to, take a deep breath, get your mind off certain stuff like school and football. Even though we together all day, but, just getting some of that off time with, the guys you do it with every day, the guys you with every day. So, that was a good break.
Good, man. I know early in the spring, you said the biggest thing you were going to work on in the spring was kind of becoming that more vocal leader, really taking that next step of like, not just the guy who will lead by example, but the guy who will tell the room what they need to be doing, get on to folks. Now kind of looking back at the spring, how's that development going? Do you feel more comfortable in that role, being one of the older guys? Or?
Yeah, I feel like I've always felt comfortable, leading somebody, because, when you're doing the right stuff or, you doing what you're supposed to on and off the field, it's not hard for somebody, take notice of that. So it was never hard. The coach really pushed me on like, okay, don't just say it's settled and okay, this all right, that'll be all right. Just, because we ain't got time for that. We trying to get people to the league as early as possible. So, I try to harp on the young guys like, I done been in your shoes before, it might not be what you think right now, but all it takes is, that one moment or that one play, then you back in that high school feeling or something like that. So, I just feel like it was that, just trying to get through to each and everybody, because, everybody different. You can't try to lead everybody in the same way. So I just feel like, that's what I had to focus on. I feel like that improved.
I feel like that's like the biggest, jump we all make as a leader, right? Is when you go from just trying to tell everyone what you do and how you do it to realizing like, you know, how to shake up your styles to suit the needs of the guys you're leading. Talk to us a little bit about the younger guys in the DB and the safety room and what you saw out of them this spring.
Just that hunger, you know, some of them guys, you know, you could tell, you know, they just got discouraged on how their career was going. But, you know, like I said, it's early. But, you know, this spring, you kind of see like that fire was lit again in some of them guys. And even with the guys that came in, you know, the Tracks, the Kyle Bates, you know, guys like that, even Earl, Vontae, you know, the older transfers, you know, they caught on to the standard quick, and I feel like, you know, everybody just hungry, everybody want it. You know, we competing out there, even though, you know, we on the same team. But, you know, I just feel like us as a DB group, young and old, I feel like this is a good group.
Yeah, no, we're excited for it, man. David Pierre has the first question up. And folks, again, if you have questions for Shy, throw them in the chat. We'll get them on the screen. Which wide receiver gives you the most work in practice?
I'd probably say Jakai.
Okay. Trying to keep up with that speed out of the backfield and the slot and everything.
Yeah, you know he got 101 moves he'll give you too. So him and I'll probably just say just Jakai.
Just Jakai.
Because he's the one I go out like on a daily one-on-ones, you know, team settings. If I have to replace the blitz, he most of the time the one I'm, you know, going to cover. So
Yeah, his speed is freaky, but now we got the brother Jalen Lucas is just as fast. It feels like, if not arguably, depending on which one of them you ask.
Flash, you know, like the little cartoon Road Runner. That's how Jalen is.
Road Runner, man, that's a contender for possible nicknames.
Yeah.
We'll put that one to the side. Dante wants to know what's your strength as a player.
I'd probably say my knowledge for the game. Like I could be out on the field, or, you know, that come with film, watching film too though. But like anytime, you know, I can put my teammates or, you know, somebody in a position, I feel like I know what's going on. I feel like that's one of my strengths, like, you know, knowledge for the game.
Ace Kid wants to know how is it going against DJ, and how do you feel about our offense going into the season?
I feel good. You know, I done played with him. I played him twice, you know, when he was at Clemson. And I know what he brings to the game. And I watched some of his games at Oregon State, you know. And watching him play, you know, his mentality and, you know, his love for the game is real. So I feel good with him as my quarterback. And then the offense, you know, we just got a whole bunch of speed, you know, out there. And then you add that 4-5-headed running back room in there. It's unstoppable. You know, you got Roy there, LT, you know, Keziah, Sam, all those guys. You know, that'll take it 99 in a heartbeat. So I feel good about my offense this year.
Ricky T wants to know, what are the biggest differences you notice playing against DJU versus JT?
Probably, you know, they scramble ability. That's probably it. You know, J Trav, you know, when in doubt, you know, he probably like a $190, so, you know, he real shifty. And for his DJ, he 250, so, you know, one person ain't gonna sack him, but it ain't gonna be like that quick twitch, get out the pocket. But he'll still get out the pocket, and, you know, once he in the open space, you know, he ain't really too much trying to shake you, so you better be ready to tackle 250, 260.
I was gonna say, he'll just run over you.
Yeah.
I remember one time y'all was practicing, y'all tackle fully to the ground.
And, you know, we can't touch the quarterback, but he coming through there trying to drop his shoulder. We like, we gonna let him have, you know, we need him, you know, in that mode, that mindset when the season comes. So, but that's a big dude, so.
Yeah, and he moves he moves well.
Yeah, he moved real good, but you know, they're different. They're different when it comes to that, you know, scrambling, escaping the pocket stuff. But they both can do it real good.
Yeah, man. Next question: Who's the next young or transfer safety on the roster you think fans should look out for?
Conrad, and KJ. Really, all of them. Ashland. Just because, you know, I practice with them every day, and, you know, they under my wing, so. And I know I'm putting good stuff in them, Coach Fuller, Norvell, and then we putting good stuff in each other. So just them three guys right there, Conrad, Ash, and KJ, them the next safeties y'all should look out for. Big playmakers, especially Conrad.
Yeah, we saw flashes from Conrad last season, so I'm real excited to see that kind of next step, you know, come up this year. And yeah, man, FSU 2942. Basically, like, how hard is it to get y'all's communication where it needs to be when you've added so many new pieces and brought in transfers? Like, how do y'all work on just that element of it?
I probably say, that just come with practice and then your weekly preparation. Like we have certain periods where it's just focused on us talking. We ain't doing too much moving. It's just focused on us talking. And then in the meeting room, you can't just watch film. You gotta talk and film each other like you on the field. So I feel like it ain't too hard. It's just how hard you want to make it. If you're not really locked in, if you're not really, I get it. I go out there and just play off skill or talent. Then the communication part, you might not be knowing what we saying out there. So we take a big deal as a defense and as a DB room for us communication because if all 11 on the same page, then we rocking and rolling. If 10 on the same page and one not, then we might be in trouble. Depending on the circumstance. So that could lose you a game or win you a game in communication. And as a defense, we know that. So it's big to us.
Yeah, I mean, you called the right number on a blitz that was definitely the called play, and it could win you a game with a scoop and score. Nick Snyder wants to know: do defensive players get the audio tools in their helmets this year as well?
Yeah, they do, offense and defense.
So who has the speakers?
This spring it was mainly the linebackers. I had it one day, but the linebackers mainly had it over the spring.
Is that like kind of scary with Norvell having the walkie-talkie to you all day?
For us, it's Coach Fuller.
Okay, so y'all just get the.
But I mean, it ain't scary. I mean, during the week of practice, they might crack you a few jokes in the earpiece or something. But the program we run on game day, it ain't none of that. It's about business, and only thing you have to worry about is probably them yelling in the mic and then it being loud in the stadium at the same time. That's probably it.
Yeah, I got to practice like the NFL, your cover thing. Zyler wants to know, what area has Coach Surtain helped you with to improve play?
My pad level and then just being me, just being the player he know I am and I know I am. He tell me every day, he failed me if I ain't All-American. I failed myself. We ain't do our job if I ain't an All-American or if I ain't, All-ACC this year. Or even last year, he was like, we got a long ways to go because, he wasn't accepting all third-team ACC.
Yep.
So he like, we got work to do. And he just pushed me every day. He that devil on my shoulder, that angel on my shoulder every day in practice. We might bump heads some just because he know how good I am and, I'm hard on myself too, so he's just that role model, that coach that you need to be a great player.
And obviously, a lot of great coaches did not have his playing career, right. But how helpful is it to have a guy that played like that?
His highlights.
Yeah, and he knows
certified.
exactly how to do it.
Yeah. It's real good though. You can trust a guy like that. You can go look up on the internet, and he ain't telling you no lie. Like he'll tell us in practice, y'all letting him do this, I would have locked this up. You go watch his film, he ain't lying. He guarding some of the Randy Mosses, the Michael Irvins, so it's crazy out there. But it's good, having a guy like that, that I've been there, done that. So you listen to him a little faster and a little quicker. Yeah,
and just how does a guy like that though? Is he pretty good about adjusting to the skill of each guy and not? It sounds like he's good at kind of telling y'all what he did, but I imagine not too locked down. Yeah, you gotta do it just like
his
him.
Little motto is, it ain't a dictatorship, it's a partnership. So anytime we have an input on something, he'll be like, okay, I'll take it to the staff. We'll talk about it, or he'll come back the next day. Okay, this is what we think about that. We can do it, or we can't do it just because of this, or that. So I feel like it's good, because he listens to us, as a player. Some coaches might not do that. It's their way of the highway. But, some of the stuff we done changed is because, we felt different about it. So, we all agreed on it, coaches and players, and got it done.
I love that, man. Renegade 085 Productions, how did the block heard around the world against LSU change your confidence, if at all?
I probably wouldn't say it changed my confidence, but it was just big knowing that I could do. I did that for my team. I always knew, since day one, since I got to Florida State, that I could help the team in whatever way they needed me to. So it was more of me just waiting on my opportunity to do it. I knew I could, and what my high school coach sent me up here to do. It was just basically that. And then I feel like my confidence, what made my confidence go up was the Florida game. When I started the Florida game.
Okay.
That's what really boosted my confidence. But when I blocked the kid, it was just more of me putting my talents on display because I really been doing that. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, dude. I still when that play gets brought up, I can still just vividly picture just the aftermath of you holding the ball, running off to the sideline, and dude, that was a crazy moment. And yeah, Logan Nix, what NFL players do you model your game after, or maybe watch film on?
Javon Holland, the Miami Dolphins safety, Darrell James. Them mainly the two I watch heavy. Just because, Darrell James, he the physical safety. He going to come fit the run, but he can also cover your best tight end or anything like that. And then Javon Holland, he your rangy sideline to sideline safety, ball hawk, and he can cover your slot, your tight end as well. So them two, I watch them two a lot.
Yeah, not bad
Minka
guys.
Fitzpatrick too, him too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously partial to our former Noel and Derwin. I was also about to ask you a question about watching him growing up, and then I realized I wasn't ready for the answer of like how old you were when he was in college versus how old I was.
Yeah,
I mean, you feel real old,
I
but
probably was like.
you were
I
like,
used to watch him though, because Florida State. I used to love Florida State, and then he was that man too. So I used to love watching him. And he everywhere on the field. In the box, behind. That's the type of safety. I feel like I am. I can be everywhere on the field, slot inside the box, back deep. Yeah, that's just why I love watching him. He was just so versatile.
have you had any conversations with Derwin? Ace Kid wants to know.
Maybe like one or two. I was in Miami one break, and he hit me up, but he was like, how long I was gonna be there because he was out of town, and he wanted to, get up with me and, chop it up with me and work out. But time just ain't match up. But we don't talk like twice about it. I ain't gonna say we talk every day. Like we on talking terms. It's just been like a few little conversations.
But like, how crazy of a feeling is that when you're sitting here, you're like, oh, Derwin James is hitting me up to like help me work on my game. I mean, just how cool is that, and how much does it speak to like the family atmosphere that's been built across 10, 12 years here at Florida State?
It felt good, knowing a guy of his stature, that he wanted to help a guy like me out. That just shows you that just, guys everywhere. You still got some genuine guys out there. So it meant a lot, and I used to look up to him. He in the NFL, he Darrell Jackson. So it's like, that was pretty cool. I wish it would have happened though. It would have probably been even cooler.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would have been cool. But we gotta try to make that happen, Kev. We'll put that top of the list. Well, yeah, Kev's like, sure, yeah. But he's pretty good at Madden. So they got me thinking. Last one, I'm gonna ask you. New NCAA video games coming out. Y'all are gonna be in the game. What stat do you think will be like your highest rated category?
I don't even know. Probably speed or agility. One of them.
Okay.
Or hit power.
You're looking forward to like being in the video game?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, right?
The NCAA, the first one back out and you own it. Yeah, I'm gonna love that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, and I can't wait to see what you do on the field this season, man. Thanks for stopping by again.
Yes,
always good to have you in the set. And yeah, we'll let you get out of here.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
My bad. That was my fault. Jordan got that screen up just in time.